Just a nice, low-key, casual kind of vibe today. My bow isn't there. That's better. Hi there, guys. I am Cheyenne, and welcome to the Dream House. This is where we take the horrors that are going on outside and we put them on a shelf for a little bit. We don't abandon them forever because it is really important to be informed and politically engaged, but not all the time because that would make us crazy. I say as I look like this. But we put the horrors on the shelf and we do a little craft project in the Dream House just to keep us from having a full Menti V. We also dress like clowns sometimes for that same reason, because the horrors persist, yet I remain silly. Okay, so actually we are in this outfit for a very specific reason. One, this is actually a look I've been wanting to do for years. I made this jumpsuit and I've been wanting to do a full clown look with it for ages. But also, the main reason that we are wearing it is because we are going to talk about a very fun project that I recently finished. As you might guess from this, or there are several other things that on my channel, and like if you follow me on my other socials, you know that I really love clowns. I love clown characters in any capacity. I like them spooky, I like them cute, I like them hobo, I like all clowns. I like all, there are no clowns that I don't like. Send me a clown that you think is terrible and I will tell you that they are a good clown. Like, I guarantee you. There's just something about them. I love exaggeration. I love things that are very over the top. I associate them a lot with like 1950s circus imagery. And also I think that the impulse of clowning is just trying to make other people smile and be happy. And there's something about that that to me is very innocent and very sweet. And I've always had a big soft spot for that. So I made my bathroom clown themed. When my husband and I moved into this apartment, it has 2 bathrooms. That is a necessity. I genuinely, if you want to like a marriage tip from me to you as somebody who has been with their significant other for almost 15 years now, separate bathrooms is a game changer in so many ways. And we moved into this apartment. It has 2 bathrooms. One is attached to our bedroom and one is across the hallway from my sewing room here. And in our old place, we had 2 bathrooms. One was Creature from the Black Lagoon themed, and one was just kind of like a grab bag. Like we had a Stray Cats shower curtain and then a bunch of random posters up. It didn't really have any kind of like proper theming, and I like a theme, right? Actually, the main reason that this became a thing is I wasn't positive that my makeup table was going to fit in our bedroom. And so I was trying to be like, well, if I can't have a makeup table in there, where would I get ready in the morning and do my makeup? Maybe it can be in that other bathroom. And so the bathroom across the hall from my sewing room kind of de facto became my bathroom. And my initial plan was to make it Barbie themed so that I could have my like Barbie energy sewing room and then the Barbie energy bathroom. It was going to be like the Barbie wing of the house. And then that worked because I could just put any kind of like pink aesthetic stuff in there that I wanted. That was my initial plan. I started gathering pink things to decorate that bathroom. And then I went to Kansas City to go see my friend Midge, and she had literally she redid her guest bathroom, I think 2 days before I got there. Like she was finishing it the day that I landed. So it was really nice. I got to be like the very first person to see that. I'll link her video that she did putting that together. And that was very inspiring to me because it was very like, I felt very welcomed when I got there and it was really nice. And then she and I were just kind of chatting about it because it was a project she had just finished. And then she took me, Kansas City, weirdly lit, y'all. Like I had no idea that Kansas City went down that hard, but she took me to this incredible 4-story antique mall. And when we were there, I found this little clown cup. I didn't even end up buying it, but it was pink with little clowns on it. And I had this thought of, what if instead of a Barbie bathroom, I made a clown bathroom? Because I was finding all these clown tchotchkes that were really cool to me. And I said, what if I had like a pink mid-century clown bathroom? And so that was the impetus to really, I was like, well, then I can put all my little clown figurines that I have in there. And then as I find more little clowns, I can add them. And then what really made me go, oh, this would be the vibe, is I started thinking about what if I had 2 shower curtains and they were striped and I parted them so it looked like a circus tent. And that was the thing that really made me go, I absolutely have to do this. I have to make this. I like the idea of having a space that, I don't know, in my mind, clowns are kind of gender neutral, so it's not as girly as a Barbie bathroom would be, even though it is gonna be mostly pinks. And for my friends to come over, and just like, everybody who knows me knows I love clowns, so it just felt very me. It felt very fun. That bathroom is specifically my bathroom for kind of getting ready in the morning, putting on my happy face, and I really like the idea of having it be a space that I walk into and I feel a little bit happier. I like being able to go in that space if I want to take a long, relaxing bubble bath and have it just be like this really nice, happy place for me. So technically the theme is circus. It is not just clowns, but most of what I have and what's kind of easily gettable is clown based. Eventually I would love to add like maybe something carousel themed, maybe like a trapeze girl pinup. It's not 100% finished, but it is finished enough that I felt like it would be worth it for us to talk about it. So let's head in there and talk through everything that I did.
So first off, let's start out with some befores. This bathroom is pretty small, so you're just gonna see my reflection a lot. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a very standard apartment bathroom. I had done basically nothing in here. I hate that sink, that like countertop. But other than that, there was nothing wrong with it. I actually really like the lights above the mirror, but I just wanted to make it a little bit more homey than what it was. I had this one shelf up in there, but that was it. So let's talk inspo. I really want this to be very mid-century, pink, kind of playful, but I would still like it to feel a little bit elegant. So we're going to do some gold for the fixtures, and then I want kind of kitschy 1950s aesthetic, maybe some mid-century stars, and that circus shower is my real main goal that I really want to try to accomplish. So actually the very first thing that I decided to do in here is we were going to replace the shower head. I bought a pink spruce filtered shower head online, and the idea of having a cute pink shower was very appealing to me. And also I got one with the filter. It's supposed to be a little bit better for your skin and your hair. So I had my husband help me install that. Thankfully it was really simple, and I think it makes a huge difference in the space. Next up, I have this shelf that I put my hot tools in, so like my curling irons and stuff, and it was black, and that didn't really fit the vibe, so I cleaned it off and then sprayed it with some gold outdoor spray paint. I figured if it's made to withstand outdoor conditions, then my hot tools touching it is not going to be that big of a deal. And I didn't spray the inner cups, but just the outside and the out of the cups, just because I felt like it was going to look way better. Then from there, it was time to clear everything off of the bathroom counter because we're going to cover it, because I hate this like mottled brown that apartment counters so often are. It's just, I hate it so much. So we're going to cover it because it's ugly. I have some pink contact paper left from covering all of the walls in my sewing room, so I decided I would use some of that. I apparently didn't film this part, but I cleaned the countertop off really thoroughly before I did this to make sure that everything would stick as well as possible. And then I just kind of did the same process that I did when I did the walls in my sewing room. This was a little bit trickier because of the sink. I basically had to cut around the sink as I was applying it to make it lay flat, and it wasn't perfect. There's one spot that I kind of messed up, but I think that it looks so much better pink than it did with that ugly brown. So I'm really, really happy with how that came out. Next, I bought 2 of this pink and white striped shower curtain, and I added them both to the shower rod. Now, the way that I did this to make sure that it would actually give me that kind of circus look that I wanted is when I got to the center, I added the rings for those final 2 curtain things crisscross from each other, if that makes any sense. So that way, when it pulls away, they kind of hold each other in the center, and you get that really nice curtain-y effect. If I just did them all in a line, you wouldn't get that. It took a little figuring out, but I think it really worked. I also only added a liner to one of these curtains, so one of them is actually for showering, and then one of them is just for vibes. But like, see, it works!
Okay, so I have this shelf in here that I've been using to keep like knickknacks on, bath bombs, candles, etc. But it is so tall that it's getting in the way of where the towels need to be. And I thought that it might be nice to put it on its side instead. But if I just put it on its side, it felt weirdly claustrophobic because there wasn't any space underneath it. So I found some mid-century style furniture legs, and we're gonna see if we can add those to this so that it will be more like a console kind of situation, and hopefully that will give us the vibe that we want.
Now, I did have to get my husband to help me with this part just because I am not the best at making sure things are even. And my husband is a contractor, so he does this kind of stuff all the time, but it absolutely worked, and I want to do this to all of my furniture. And then while he was at it, he also helped me install my Hot Tools shelf now that the spray paint was dry, and a couple of other little fixtures, God bless him, including these little hooks that I was able to then take some curtain holdbacks and add to the shower curtain. So now it is going to be held back with these little gold ropes, which I think looks super circus and super duper cute. I'm just obsessed with it. Then from there, I got to do the fun stuff, which is just adding all of my little clown tchotchkes that I have collected. I, in particular, really, really love these two. Their names are Carlisle and Ogilvy, and they are married. I also added this poster for the Bob Baker Marionette Theater, which I think works so perfectly because it has that pink color in it. It really ties everything together. And then I also found this cute gold scalloped shelf, which I thought was so circusy and so charming. So we added that for me to have a place to put more little clowns and tchotchkes and things.
Okay, so I love all of my clown babies equally, but I just have to really take a quick moment to highlight this little guy. So he does not have a name yet. Most of the other clowns do. If you have any thoughts for what he should be named, please leave it in the comments. Obviously, he's a great little ceramic clown guy, but here is what makes him really special. He is a music box that plays Send in the Clowns from A Little Night Music. Sondheim fucking music box clown. I love him. I love him.
But yeah, from there, it was just a question of adding all of my fun little clown guys. I definitely have space to add more in the future, which I'm really happy about. I love having the space kind of grow with me as I live here and having that shelf there just for some of my other little tchotchkes. And then I wanted a little more interest for the walls, but I was not going to wallpaper a whole other room again after the sewing room. So I found these really cool sparkle wall decals from Jeanette Designs on Etsy. I will leave a link, but they're just these little pastel mid-century stars. I thought they were super fun, and I just kind of grabbed them and started kind of haphazardly sticking them on the walls. I just kind of tried to follow the vibes. The nice thing about these is they are replaceable. So if one ends up looking weird, or if I get like a new print or something I want to put on the wall, I can always take them down and move them, which I think is so nice. And with that, the bathroom is done, at least for now. There's definitely still a couple of things that I might add in the future. For example, I am actually really not wild about the bath mat I ended up getting. It doesn't quite fit the space, and I would really love one that was more circusy. But overall, I feel so much happier anytime that I walk into the space than I did before. Obviously, it's not the most dramatic thing. I didn't paint anything. I didn't do anything crazy. but I just walk into this space and I just feel happy and I just feel so much lighter, and it makes me really excited to start my day now, which was really what the main goal was. And I'm so excited to have a space for more clown tchotchkes in the future as I get them. I'm just happy as can be about it. Like, it's so fun.
And that is it. That is my clown bathroom. It genuinely makes me so happy. Every time that I have gone in there since I have finished kind of touching things up in there, I just smile. And it's also, I'm really excited because there's also a lot of space for more clowns and more circus trinkets as I find them, you know? I love the idea of a space that's never completely finished and having like a home for when I find a weird little clown at a thrift store or an antique mall, or just because it's a thing people know that I like. I get a lot of clowns gifted to me the same way that I get Barbies gifted to me, and I like being able to have a space where those can really be showcased. I feel like it's just a much more welcoming space in there. I feel much more excited to be in there. I hope that when I have guests over, because I haven't had any guests since I put this together, but hopefully the next time that I have guests over, it will make them feel really happy and smile. If you're afraid of clowns, I'm sorry, you can't come to my house. But also, if you were afraid of clowns, you couldn't come to my house before, because there's a giant killer clowns poster in our living room, and I have multiple clown plushes. The plushes are going to the bathroom, obviously, but like, I like clowns, and I like clown aesthetics, and I like clown stuff. So it's been very nice to kind of have that little space. If you enjoyed this video, please comment down below. If you have any thoughts for anything that you think it needs, needs adding, absolutely let me know, because there's still a couple things that I feel like it needs. Also, again, this is a relatively new channel. Please feel free to honk that like and subscribe button. Do you see what I did there? I have a Patreon. It's largely for my cosplay right now, but I am working on trying to figure out how to combine YouTube with that. So if that's a thing you're interested in, you can absolutely go and throw me a couple bucks there. I'm leaving all my socials down below. Anything that is like an easily gettable thing from the bathroom, I will put in the description, and some of it's like weird old antiques, so I'm sorry if you want the Sondheim clown. Oh, really important actually. One thing that I do need you guys to comment, I need a name for the Stephen Sondheim clown, and I don't have anything in mind. Like a lot of the other clowns in there, they already have names. We've got Carlisle and Ogilvy, they're boyfriends. Obviously Bozo already has a name. The Ronald McDonald Funko Pop in there already has a name, but I can't think of a name. Is Sondheim the clown too much? Is Sondheim the clown too much? Or should we name him something else? What do you think? Please leave it in the comments down below. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I just want you to know that I am so happy that you are here. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.